Mahud or rust? Mahud is the high dust. Why is this a great segue into rust?
Because it's ceased.
Because it is rust. Right? Rust would be the C over here. So, if you're in Bayat, right? Okay. So let's listen to, alright, this would be the rust. See? It's basically just shifting over one down. The D we leave alone because that's the high D belongs to Bayat. We add the C on the bottom. And the only other difference we make is over here. We go from a B flat to a B half flat, which is the same as Hosseini, if you remember. Hosseini, we cut the B. Okay. So, I don't know about you, I thought this exercise with the Ashrein, I thought it was brilliant when I heard it. I said, this is unbelievable. If I could practice this and learn it, it's so simple, you know? And by the way, if you did it in a shul, no one would even know what you're doing. They just say it's fantastic. Simple. Okay, so let's go to... Now I want to give you a little something on Abdul Halim. This is fascinating. I was reading about it. So there's four great known, like the big four in Arabic music. Who would they be? Galtoum,
Abdul Wahab.
Farid al-Atrash, and Abdul Halim Hafiz.
Who's the fourth one?
Abdul Halim. That's the one you're gonna.
How come I never heard of this guy?
So listen to this. So Abdul Halim lived from 29 to 77, 1929, 1977. He lived to 47 years old. I guess that's how that was not uncommon back then. Well, it's not that long ago, but maybe it is a little uncommon. He was born near Cairo in Egypt, of course.
All these guys are in Egypt?
Abdul Wahab is Egypt.
Khartoum
is Egypt. And Farid
was in Egypt, went to Lebanon.
Egyptians own the whole market.
Farid
is Syrian.
Yeah, but Farid was not Muslim.
Oh yeah?
Farid was not Muslim. Farid was a...
Right. Neither is Fairuz. Fairuz, who we heard the first week.
But none of Yahud. None.
Well, the
No,
Christian?
none.
What, Coptic?
The Yahud were Meleke and Leila Mrad.
Okay. So now, how did he break into the whole world over there? Because it was tightly knit, just like today. You know, to get into the music industry
Right.
is impossible.
You gotta know Puff Daddy.
Right. Exactly. Funny you mentioned him. I'll tell you that in a minute.
So there was a S.Y.
Now-
Puff Daddy? Like,
Right. So he was known as Egypt's first singer of love songs.
uh-huh.
Right? His songs all have, hub and, all this stuff, Ainaya and Bibki and all that. So,
Romancing the
right, who
song.
would have thought Egyptians could be romantic? It's unbelievable. But the funny thing is, he has a song called Khosara, Abdul Halim. And the music, if you heard it, you'd say, wait a minute, I know that song. Jay-Z
No.
stole the song in the song that he wrote, Big Pimpin'.
Wow.
That's straight from Abdul Halim's thing.
Tempo.
So
Wait,
Arabic
you have
music
you
is
have the
pimpin'
Jay-Z
officially.
song?
Huh?
You have the song?
You can look it up. Jay-Z, Big Pimpin'.
Big
They're gonna
Pimp.
throw me out of school for this.
Oh, okay, I got you.
His mother died at childbirth. His father died at 5 years old. He lived dirt poor in an orphanage until he was discovered at 14 by
What?
Abdul Wahab.
Wow.
Right?
So he had a mentor, yeah.
In fact, Abdul Wahab took him right under his wing. He said, this kid's got something. And he became one of the greatest singers. It's almost like Usher with Justin Bieber. He found him on YouTube, took him in, and before you know it, he's the biggest thing.
Oh, he found the talent, yeah.
Right, right.
Incredible.
In fact, I think Hafiz, if I'm not, I gotta verify, so I think Hafiz is a nickname that was Abdul Wahab's middle name. He gave it to Abdul Halim, so that it's all connected there. And Abdul Halim, I think, wrote some songs for some of the other big four, so it was all connected. So listen to this. This is just a snippet. The actual song is 38 minutes, but this is just a snippet, and I want you to pay attention. I want you to look. Well, I can't play the song and show you the notes at one time. But just try and visualize the ajam when you hear it. The first note of the chorus, La ilaha, that's beautiful, huh?
Beautiful. Could
I
you
know why he's
email us
great.
is that on YouTube or not?
This, I'll put it on the.
In other words, how do I access if I want to like work
Type in
out?
iTunes. Type in.
If I want to go in the office and like start freaking out.
Put in Zayel Hawa into iTunes. You get it.
Yeah, but okay, so you have it on. It'll be on the blog or
I have
whatever.
it on the blog if you don't want to pay 99 cents.
No, no.
No, I'll put it on. What do I want to point out in this song? So, I mean, this is what makes. See, now, most people, or maybe even myself included, I hear the song, and it's like, alright, it's beautiful, that sounds great, but what makes it so great? Now you guys understand. We just lifted up the hood, you see the engine, you see this, you see that. It's all laid out for you now. Now you understand why it's so brilliant. He's mixing the ajam on the B flat, on top, with the bayat on the bottom. He goes all the way up past the D, and you heard. Then he's going into like a, it's like a high bayat. It might even be like a cool, but let's just say it's a high bayat. And then he goes into the shuri on the way down. And that shuri almost like cuts the ajam like a knife. Because you're in. And then he goes into. It's like the stark contrast. It's so beautiful. I actually used this song once for Vishtabah. It was like. ويشتبح ويتطار ويترمم ويتنسى ويتهدم ويتعلم. We have 3 minutes, 4 minutes for questions. Anyone have any questions? Comments?
I think that the first one who departed from the prayer motif in music was Sayyid Darwish. Did it? You may have been considered a heretic in a sense because he was the first one who sang about love. Actually the first recordings of Kulthum and Abdul Wahab were religious. By the time they got around about 3-4 years afterwards, and after Sayyid Darwish started the trend, they got into singing love songs.
Ah.
Yeah, in fact, some of the biggest singers, I think Abdul Wahab is called a heretic in terms of how he put together the music. The music was just not common the way he sang it. He was more Western. He had different elements to it that they couldn't accept until he became so big that they had no choice.
That was in terms of the radicality of his music.
Right, you're saying in terms of the
Yeah, I'm
content.
talking in
Right,
terms of the religion. That
Right.
These guys were kafir because they left. Before them, all the sheikhs were the ones who sang 10, 15, 20 years before that. These guys came Sayyid Darwish. They called him at the beginning Sheikh Sayyid Darwish. The sheikh dropped very, very quick when he started composing.
Right. Anyone have any questions on this? Is this? Am I making any sense with this? Is this starting to like, sort of balance out for you, or is it still like one big?
No, tonight was definitely clarity to the, especially with the refreshing.
Right, great. So this jumped to here, that's what we've been working on. I would even suggest you go, you know, when you're alone. Does this sound crazy, you guys, to actually sing when you're alone? Because I feel like I say that, everyone's looking at me like, sing when I'm alone.
No, it's
You guys do
I
that?
almost got divorced. I did this in the shower. My wife thought I snapped.
Yeah, so I would, you know, I would even, in addition to that share exercise, I would just keep going
Now, the
back. and
Ashrei
forth.
was a night. I got connected because I know. See, what knows when you're singing other stuff that I'm not familiar with, it's hard to put but the Ashrei thing is like a no-brainer, you know,
Right.
because you do it like 1,000 times a day,
So
whatever.
if I were you, I would literally go from Umibal Adecha, Ila Ata, and try to do the Ila Ata in the Ajam. And then imagine it was like Ila Ata, and then you repeat Ila Ata.
When I was taught to transition from Sabbath to Adam, which is the same spot, I think, right, to be flat. It's the same. It's the same spot. So in the beginning, you just climb the note until you basically like hold the note. You hold the first note, then you hold the second note, and when you get up to that note, like you said to do it in Kohanim.
Right.
So as you climbed it, but when you got to that note, when you were holding it, you already hear the ajam before
Right.
you go.
This note, this F is a transition into Saba. When you hear this note, the mind automatically triggers Saba, right? Listen. La, 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 la. I didn't even hit Saba yet, and you're already thinking, it's like a precursor. So this is the entry into Saba. This is clearly Siga. This E half flat, Siga.
But yeah.
Yeah, and
Rust.
Rust. So this is another thing you can keep. This is why I feel like you can just keep going with Bayat for another 6 months, because there's so much in it that relates to all the other makamat that you don't really need to start jumping around, because it's all intertwined. There's another exercise you could do, is you could take Siga, Bayat, and Rast. Sigani, Adonai, Elohim emet, Be'emunah kol zot v'kayem aleinu. Ras. Yu'alem v'enzunato v'anachnu Yisrael amo. Apodenu miyad melechim, v'go'alenu magil v'kaf kol arishim, Eilenu ba'alenu misarenu. Alright? Azak u'ba.
This one last thing. In honor of Maqam Bayat and Saul having twin girls, don't you
Yes.
think we gotta sing
You're gonna
Yifat
sing
Ayin
this
for him?
all the thousands of people on the internet who are gonna see it.
Huh?
For the girls, yeah.
No, we need a
Yeah,
Yifat
yeah, yeah.
Ayin, no?
Yeah, twin girls.
Maqam Bayat.
Yeah,
class-
Fata'in. Oh, what? Yeah, Fata'in.
Yeah. What, it's the Ajam?
Yeah, Fata'in. Lemati.
Orbana
That was the shooting.
part of the song?
You know what name is that?
Mabruk Saul.
There
Mabruk
you go.
Willie. Feel good.
There you go.
Mabruk to Erwin on his
Thank
new
you.
grandson.
Son.
There you go.
Thank you.
Okay,
All
everybody.
right.
حذاك الله.